What's going on YouTube, and welcome to the channel. So we're about to have a quick story time about the time I got robbed at work, and we're going to do a foot bath real quick. Chill on the corn, don't even worry about that. And I know my heels looking like Ugg boots, but Nike boots. But yeah, we are going to prepare this foot bath real quick. I'm using some Epsom salt, which is good for the feet. I got 2 lemons I'm gonna throw in there, and then I got my mouthwash. It's an old remedy, but I promise you it worked. Trust me. All right, we're gonna add some hot water up in that thing, and we're gonna get this show rolling. So the time I got robbed at work, right? Crazy story. I'm like, I gotta share this with y'all. So I used to manage Family Dollar. I was the store manager for Family Dollar for about 6 years or so. So this particular day, I'm at work, and it's right before inventory. Store is hectic. It's the weekend. I believe it was like the first of the month, so it was like crazy busy in the store, right? So I actually had a call out that day. I had 2 bodies scheduled. One strong cashier, and then I had another guy that wasn't so strong on the register. He was also scheduled that day. Well, my strong cashier happened to call out, so I ended up putting my not so strong cashier on the register so it would free me up to be able to prepare for this inventory. So I'm in the back, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and my cashier called me up to the front to help him back the line up. The lines are crazy, like all the way down the aisle. Mind you, he was up there by himself. So I jump on the register, I'm knocking the line down, and I see 2 construction workers, 2 city workers walk into the store, and they just stand right there at the front. So the front of the store is like very small. I don't know like the exact measurements, but it was literally enough room for 2 registers, computer kiosks, tobacco cabinet, and then like our high price items like the deodorants and lotions and soaps and stuff like that. Like, it was very small up front. Cool. So I see these 2 workers walk in, and I'm like, oh goodness, like something is going on, like it's about to be an issue or problem, because they didn't get in line, they didn't grab a cart and start shopping. They just stood right there like they were waiting for me, to get their attention or, approach them. So I'm knocking the line down. I get the line knocked down. So I go over to the construction guy, one of them anyway, because it was 2 guys. And I asked them, like, what's going on? Y'all need help with anything? They're like, well, your building is in violation. It could possibly be shut down. We need to read your meter boxes. I'm like, oh my goodness, here it goes. It's something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's already one of those type of days, but let's get to it. But before we finished our conversation, my cashier, his line get backed up again. So I'm like, y'all give me a second, talking to the construction workers. Y'all give me a second. Let me help him with this line, and then I'll be right with y'all. So I help get his line down again, and then I go back over to the construction workers, and I'm like, so what were y'all saying again? So they're like, we need to see your meter boxes. So me kind of being clueless about electricity and electricians and all of that stuff there, I'm like, well, is it outside? Like, what y'all need me to do? So they like, well, it's normally in the back room. So I'm like, okay, let's go back there and check it out. So we walk into the back room. We get to the back room, and I noticed, okay, that's what the electricity box is. It looks like a circuit breaker box. I'm walking ahead of them, mind you. But once I seen it, it kind of connected the 2. So I'm like, okay, that's the electricity box. It looks like a circuit breaker box, right? So I go to open the door for him. It's like a metal case. I go to open the door for him, and I turn around to tell them, here y'all go. So as I turn around, I'm being met by a gun in my face. I said, y'all need a gun to work on the Oh, so y'all not electrician. Oh, so y'all rob. Oh, worry, cool. Now it's starting to not make sense, but it's starting to make sense. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's get it. So I already know, me being from where I'm from, when you're in a situation like that, you want to remain as calm as possible, right? So he like, you already told me you the store manager. Take me up to the front and empty the safe. I'm like, all right, okay. So I proceed to walk up to the front of the store. Before we get out the back room, he grabbed me on my shoulder and he's like, I'm telling you now, if you try anything crazy, you're going to be the first one to get it. I'm like, sir, didn't you just say you wanted the money out the safe? Let's go get these people money about this safe. It ain't my money. Like, you the one that's wasting time right now because I'm ready. Obviously you not, because I'm ready. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, not that I was that willingly prepared to give him the money, but what could I do? What do you do in a situation like that other than cooperate? So we get up to the front of the store, y'all, and it is another massive line. Mind you, like I said, it's the weekend, it's the first of the month, so it's another line. I'm like, okay, here we go. So I go over to the safe, which is at the front of the store, and I set the timer on the safe. It's a time delayed safe. I won't get into the specifics of how long the timer is because I did name the company, and I don't want to, give anybody any bright ideas. So I set the safe, and I'm sitting right there waiting on the safe to unlock. And it seems like forever that I'm waiting for this safe to unlock. Lines are long. Now everybody is kind of looking at me. I see that the customers are kind of getting agitated. Like, what is he doing? Why he's just sitting there? Why he's not helping with these lines? So I told the construction worker, I'm like, look, all of those people in that line are about to start looking directly over here at us, wondering why I'm not helping them with this line, so I need to go over there and I need to help him get this line down. So he like, all right, cool, go ahead, do your thing. So when he said that, I'm kind of like, all right, so I feel like I got somewhat of his trust, because most of the time, or not most of the time, but I would assume that a robber would be like, no, you're not going anywhere, you stay right here, they'll have to wait. But he was like, no, go ahead, do your thing. So I'm like, all right, so I go, I help the cashier knock the line down, and as soon as I finish with helping him with the line, I go right back to the position that I was over by the safe. I'm kneeling down because the safe is like a floor safe, so I'm kneeling down waiting on the timer to go off. And this guy, he is just playing a role. He's asking me about his nephew getting a job there and what do he got to do to apply. I'm like, well, let your nephew know he can come up here and he can apply for a job. Like, I'm trying to remain calm and, just so I don't raise any red flags with this guy. So I'm like, let him come up here and, he could talk to me and, let me know when he fill out the application. He gonna have to do all that though, because you gonna be locked up. I didn't say that, of course, but that's daggone sure what I was thinking in my head. Like, you going to jail. Like, but, yeah, so the safe start beeping. Now it's time to open the safe. So he hands me a bright red bag. Anybody that shop at Family Dollar know that their color is red. He hand me a bright red bag. I'm taking all of the money out of the safe and I'm putting it into this bag. Mind you, the line is still there. It's not as long as it was, but the line is still very much so there, So I'm thinking, like, nobody sees this. Like, nobody see me taking this money out this safe and putting it in this bag right now. But I'm kind of happy that nobody did catch on to it, because my worry was I didn't want nobody to try to be like a savior and want to rush the guy or be a hero, or because that man already told me in that back room that I'm going to be the first one to get it. So I'm like, I'm glad that nobody did see what was going on. So I put the money in the safe. I put the money in the bag, and then he like, that's your register, right? I'm like, obviously you just see me ring people up on it. Again, I didn't say that to him because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to ruffle no feathers, but I'm like, yeah, that's my register. He like, give me the money out of there too. I'm like, oh, this man is bold. Like, he is very freaking bold. So I go over to my register. I'm taking all of the money out the register and I'm putting it into the same red bag. Mind you, it was two guys. Is another guy that's standing at the front door. He's just standing there, just arms folded, sunglasses on, dead stare, like looking right in my direction. I'm like, I just want these people to get out of my building. That's it, and that's all. Like, so I give him the money out the register. He like, now give us a second to get away before you call the police. So I'm like, sir, just go ahead, take your money and go. Like, so he leaves out the door. I call the next customer over, like, because at this point now I'm in a daze, like, what just happened? What's going on? Like, so I called the next customer over. Y'all, I rang the customer up. Customer had a nice size order, probably about $100. Like, I rang the customer up. She give me the cash, the drawer pop open, and then I realized, dummy, you don't even have no change, no money to give this lady, to give her change. I'm like, ma'am, just take it. She like, huh? I'm like, ma'am, just take the money, take the merchandise, just take it. You okay? You fine? She's clueless. Like, what is he like? Is he serious? Like, but I wasn't thinking. It was just the furthest thing from my mind. I just need to process my thoughts, and I can't do it while you standing right here waiting on change that I can't give you because the robbers just took it. Like, that's what that's what I was thinking. So I go over to my cashier and I'm like, listen, we just got freaking robbed. This man says, everyone, we've just been robbed. I said, oh my goodness. When I say people started scattering out the store, running, like it was like instant mayhem, like people tumbling over each other trying to get out the store. I'm like, this is why I didn't even want to look at him when I first came up to the front when we left out the back room, because I'm like, he would be the one to make a crazy decision that would probably cause me some harm, So everybody is scattering. I called the police. The police come. I call my district manager. They come. And we review the cameras and everything. And those guys got away. They never got caught. They asked me, questions and descriptions. It wasn't much that I can tell them. The only thing that I knew was they looked like construction workers. They had hard hats on. They had badges. They had reflective jackets. They had like cargo pants that looked a little, dirty, like a construction worker, dirty boots. Like, so it never dawned on me that, for one, is a Saturday. Why is the city showing up in my building on a Saturday? But I didn't think about all of that. I was preparing for inventory. I had a call out. Like, I have not the best cashier up front, so I was already all over the place. So I didn't think that far into the situation. So they never caught the guys. My district manager is like, okay, now we gotta get the building back open. I'm like, get the building back open? You know what? You in this building can kiss my tail, because I'm going home after this. Like, I still didn't process the fact that I just got robbed from construction workers. Like, yeah, it was crazy. And then, y'all, let me tell y'all this part real quick, right? So I opened the top of the safe. This was a 2-door safe. I opened the top of the safe. At the bottom of the safe was a second door which housed our deposits that's supposed to be taken to the bank every single day. But I was preparing for inventory, so I was kind of, being stretched thin, and I haven't taken the deposits from the bottom to the bank like I was supposed to. So I had about 4 or 5 days worth of deposits sitting in the bottom of the safe. And the robbers actually told me, what about that door? Because both the doors had separate pin pads. So I'm thinking to myself, like, think, like, what can I say? Like, what can I do? So I told him, which probably wasn't the best decision at the time, but I told him, like, if I open that door right now, it's going to set off a silent alarm, because I just opened the top door, and that door can only be opened once a day, and I already opened it for the day. So it'll set off a silent alarm. We don't want to do that, because, mind y'all, I got all of this money sitting in the bottom of this safe, and I know if I don't get in trouble for this robbery that's happening, for them taking the money from the top of the safe, I'm gonna get in trouble for the fact that I have 5 days worth of deposits sitting in my safe. and that's a red flag. That's a no-no. So I dodged that bullet and I got, out of that. So it wasn't probably the best decision to make, but I was able to keep my job and keep my life. So it was a win-win situation for me. Like I said, those guys never got caught. I ended up staying with the company and working for them for like another 3 years after that. So it's just one of the things that happen when you're working in retail. If it's anybody that might happen to hear this story time and you are in retail, or not even in retail, let's just say everyday life, give the people what they want. Remain completely calm. You don't want to raise any red flags. You don't want to make them feel uneasy, because at the end of the day, this is a stranger, somebody that you don't know that can take your life away with a finger pull. It's just that simple. So give them what they want. Remain calm. And me, I tried to use my comedy as best as I could to make him feel, more comfortable, cracking jokes or whatever I did at that time. Or said to make him feel comfortable enough to allow me to get on that register, to help with that line, and him not feel like he had to stand right there, even though I was still in eyes view. So I wasn't out of the, I ain't go far, but it just showed that I had him at a comfortable state, and hopefully, prayerfully, he was going to take what he wanted and leave. So if y'all ever in that situation, just remain calm. Don't panic. Me personally, I wouldn't notify anybody if it's an act of robbery, because you don't want somebody to try to be a hero, So just remain calm, give them what they want, and pray. Because I was a praying person that day, But my relationship with God, I felt like he told me in that moment that I was okay. If you religious and you or spiritual and you hear this video, you'll know just what I mean when I say what I'm saying. But my relationship with God, he told me that I was okay. So I knew that I was okay. I just had to make sure that I believed in him and, let him do his work. So I got out of that situation. But that's my time about when I got robbed at work. Now, that was the first time. I do have a second story about when I got robbed at work, which is another crazy story that I am going to share with y'all, but just not on this video because it's not a super long video. But I am going to share it with y'all on another video. Y'all let me know in the comments, have y'all ever been robbed before? Have y'all ever been in a situation like this before? What would y'all have done differently? Just give me y'all opinion and y'all feedback, on my story time. Let me know how y'all feeling. And then also on my foot bath. This was my foot bath was very refreshing. It was a peace of mind. I was by myself. Yeah, you can go to a nail salon, but then you're still surrounded by other people's energy and, but I was in a room by myself. I had my LED lights on. I had my music playing, and it was just a good peace of mind for myself to be able to relax, gather my thoughts, and think about what I was going to do next, and what's next to come. So it was good, and I think everything turned out good as far as the work on my feet. For me not to really know what I'm doing, because anytime I do get my feet done, I go to the shop. But I think we did a pretty good job. Now, see, right now, I didn't have one of those little things that go between your toes. So I had to improvise, and I rolled up a napkin to kind of separate my toes so that the gel polish wouldn't smear or, transfer over to the next toe. And it worked. So say what y'all want in the comments. But guess what? The trick freaking worked for me. But I think I did a pretty good job. I got them UGG boots up off my feet, them Nike boot heels. Yeah, the corns are still there, but the corns I didn't have for years. I used to wear Converses like all the time, and I would wear them with no socks, and I would always get a few sizes too small because I didn't like them looking too long on my feet. So I would always get, a few sizes smaller, but that eventually gave me corns. So I don't do that. But my corns is really not bad if y'all really get into it and y'all look. I don't have like corns. Like I don't have like corns on a cob corn. I got like canned corns, if that makes sense. Like they not corning, they just like It's a corn. But I think I still have nice feet, and I think I did a good job. Y'all let me know what y'all use when y'all do y'all foot baths. And even if you don't have everything that I used in this video, Epsom salt or lemons or even a foot tub, you could use a regular bucket. You know, you can sit on the side of your tub and soak your feet, you know, and just have some me time and treat yourself, you know. Treat yourself with yourself. Enjoy your own company, you know. But yeah, that's my story time. That's my foot routine. I'm looking at the video, y'all, as I do my voiceover. So if y'all hear me pausing, I'm critiquing my own video. Like, boy, look at that big toe. Like, what in the world is going on? But this was fun, and this is actually my first voiceover. No, this is my second voiceover. So y'all also let me know how I did with the voiceover. Did I follow along with everything? Were y'all entertained? Did I keep y'all, you know, attention? Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm working towards getting my channel monetized. So I need y'all to make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and drop a comment. You know, I love to engage with my subscribers and my viewers. So drop a comment and I promise you, I'll comment back. Like, I strive to make sure I comment to my people. So y'all keep that in mind, and thank y'all for watching the video, and I'll see y'all on my next one.